Well, hey, everybody. Hello, Out of the Park baseball fans. Welcome to what is going to be a really, really fun time. I am delighted today to be joined by my friend and fellow podcast friend, the great, directly above me, the great Kevin Kennedy. Kevin Kennedy, how are you, sir?
Thanks, Rich. Actually doing pretty well here. We've got sun in Los Angeles for a change. It's 75, 76 degrees, so it's baseball weather. So it's good. Finally. How about you?
I am doing great. This is something that I'm really excited about. We've been talking about doing this for a couple of podcasts now.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the whole setup and everything. This is going to be a lot of fun. Um, so let's just do the whole setup. So again, first of all, before we even do that, thank you everybody who's here. A bunch of people are hopping in. People are already saying hello, Kevin. We have
Great.
Dangerous
Hello to
Dean who says
everybody.
he's a big Ranger fan and he enjoyed your time
Ah,
with the team.
thank you.
Um,
I
what's up?
loved it there. I have a lot of good friends there still.
And so here's what's going on. I want to say thank you to all the Out of the Park baseball, the entire Out of the Park baseball community. I say it every day, but I say it because it's true. You guys are absolutely the best community in video games. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for letting us do what we do. And it's today's a great example of the kinds of things that happen because of our great community. Um, we are starting a brand new series with this fine gentleman right here, Kevin Kennedy. Here's the thing: a a wrong will be righted. A wrong will be righted. Kevin Kennedy and I.
Wish you were the commissioner of the 90s, Rich.
That's right. So, in case you didn't know, Kevin and I, we participate in the Kevin Kennedy Show, which is a podcast. It comes out every Thursday, um, or Friday, excuse me. It comes out every Friday now, where Kevin and I talk about baseball and talk about his career. We talk about what's going on in the world. And as part of that, we just wind up having lengthy conversations that go in different ways, and it's fantastic. And one of the conversations that we had involved opening day in 1993 with his Rangers. And during that conversation, I sort of, or right after that conversation, I did a little research, and what I found was that in 1993, um, it was the last year before the playoffs changed to the three division and a wild card format that it was from 94, what would have been 94 on, until the second wild card was added as the playing game, which, by the way, Kevin, and we can do a whole show on that, I prefer the second iteration, the one we have now with the two wild cards that play the one game versus
Yeah.
the one wild card that automatically plays a five-game series. But anyway, the wrong is in 1993, that was the last year of the two division winners playing in the league championship series. Had
Yeah.
1993 been played according to the 1994 playoff scenario, Kevin Kennedy and his Texas Rangers would have been in the playoffs. So I decided to right that wrong. We're putting the 1994 5, 6 postseason rules in effect for 1993. We're going back. We're going to finish the season the way that it should have been, with Kevin Kennedy's Texas Rangers being having the fourth best record in the American League. Hence, they get the one wild card, which earns them a best of five series against the 1993 Toronto Blue Jays, who, if you go according to history, won the World Series that year. Now, should they have won the World Series? We'll find out over the course of this series. So
They were
that's
tough.
what's going on here today, Kevin. So
They had a great club. They were tough, for
and
sure.
you played them. You had one particularly memorable series against that team
Yeah.
that year, where you had a four-game series heading into the All-Star break. You came into that series, I think,
Yep.
one or two games under 500. You swept them. You went into the All-Star break having swept the already defending champions and would go
Right.
on to win the World Series that year. That was a pretty wild four-game set.
It was. And by doing that, we were only a game back at the All Star break behind the Chicago White Sox, which was in those days, there's only two divisions. We were in the West, of course, and Toronto in the East. And so when we got back home to Texas, 3 days for the All-Star break, there was a lot of nice things being said, about. And I remember George Bush, who became president, President Bush, came up to me and said a nice thing. He said, "I think we got the right guy," and I'll never forget that. That was pretty nice. But we had a lot of work to do. Post All-Star break was a lot of work, but it was fun. It was good to go in there, especially without a few of my guys. I had names that people probably wouldn't even know. John Shea played second and short. Mario Diaz played a lot for me.
Right.
We had 2 or 3 guys hurt. Conseco was out, of course, and we hit and ran. We did everything we could to beat Toronto, and somehow we did it. We just did it, day by day, and we pulled it out.
All right, so here's what we've done. Number one, Kevin and I have gone ahead and we set up his 25-man roster. So before we get into the series, and by the way, so the playoffs are the number one seed is the Blue Jays, and so Kevin's Rangers, by virtue of having the 4th best record in the American League, are the wild card. So it's 1 versus 4. And the other side of the bracket on the American League, you've got the Yankees, who had the 3rd best record in the league and also came in 2nd in the American League East, and they'll be playing the White Sox, who won the division that year in your American League West, Kevin. So that's what these playoffs look like. And Kevin and I, before, both on last week's Kevin Kennedy show and then right before here, we set up the 25-man roster. So and today's show is managing game 1. So let's take a look at that roster.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and make that happen. If I do it like, no, there we go. Here we go. Now we got it. Okay, so here is the 25-man roster. So let's look at your pitching staff first. All right, you've got Kevin Brown, Charlie Lee Brandt, Roger Pavlik, Kenny Rogers, and Nolan Ryan. That's your 5-man rotation you're taking. Those are at least right now. You might change it. Those are your 5 starters heading into the series.
Those are my 5 starters, and in that 5-game series, I wouldn't need the 5th starter, so it would be a long man, swing guy. It depends the situation.
Right.
So.
And your bullpen is Bohannon, Chris Carpenter, Darren Oliver, Matt Whiteside, and Tom Hankey. Now, there's a couple different roster sets, 40-man rosters that we can use heading into this. You can use the 40-man at the start of the year or at the end of the year. We chose the end of the year because that makes sense heading into the playoffs. You did have a player that you wanted on your staff in Patterson, who is not eligible for this. So that's why Bohannon is here instead of Patterson.
Yeah, Bob was a good lefty specialist for us. I mean, I used him mainly just to get lefties out. So what I do in this series, I'd use Darren Oliver that way, and Bohannon would be more. He was a starter, so he'd be more of a middle relief guy, depending. He'd be my first lefty up probably in the middle of a ball game.
So let's go ahead and set up the rotation, right? So it's a best of 5 series. You got 2 games and then an off day, 2 games, off day, and then a game. So are you going 3-man, 4-man, 5-man rotation? What are you doing?
You could set it right now for 4, but depending on the series, I've always said, if Kevin Brown's got to get 2 starts against Toronto in a best of 5.
Okay.
So
there you go.
The first 3 would be Kevin Brown, Kenny Rogers in Toronto, and then game 3 would be Roger Pavlik. Pavlik had great stuff. He had a good year for us.
Okay.
Real good ERA for the American League, and unfortunately got hurt years later. But that guy could have had a long, great career. So those would be my first 3, and Lee Brandt would be my 4th.
Okay, good. Well, that's how it's set up right here. Now in your bullpen, we've got Hankey as the closer for the 8th inning or later. We've got Carpenter and Whiteside as a couple of setup guys. We have Bohannon and Oliver, 2 lefties in middle relief, and then we got Nolan Ryan, none specified. He could be long relief, middle relief specialist, right? You can.
Yeah, I mean, I might use him for a strikeout if I can get one late in the game, but Nolan got hurt a lot that year. That's why his record wasn't so good. Numbers weren't so good. He had a lot of leg problems, but I got to have Nolan Ryan on the roster no matter what.
Right.
But,
right.
And he didn't go very deep obviously. He was 46 years old at the time, but it's Nolan Ryan, and he still had 96 fastball at age 46. Darren Oliver, I would use probably in a secondary role. He'd be a specialist.
Okay.
I'd use him late. In fact, the next year I used him as a closer a couple of times.
So he would be.
Bohanna would be more of a middle, like you have, middle to long guy.
All right. So you would mark Oliver as a specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Very good.
He could get righties out too, but I'd use him late.
Okay.
Since we don't have Patterson, I'd use him late.
All right, so that's your rotation and your bullpen. Now, of course, you'll be managing every at-bat of every game. So, generally speaking, when you're setting these in the traditional game of out of the park baseball, it's for when the simulations are happening. So, but it's still good to have them defined. It absolutely does.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look at the lineups. So when you're going against, right. Well, we got to put the DH on. So when you're going against righties, how would you set your lineup against a right-handed starter?
Well, Toronto had all right-handed starters that year. Leiter was a swing guy.
Okay.
I don't know that he would start in this series, but it would change if Leiter was playing. Doug Strange would be out, but Doug Strange hit righties really, really well. And he kind of fell into the job because we had a lot of injuries at second base. And every time I put him out there at second or pinch hit him, I remember he hit a pinch hit home run. I think it was the second day of the season, and beat Greg Olson. He hit a curveball out of the ballpark in Baltimore to beat him. And every time I put Doug in there, he did something special. So he's a good fielder. So he'd be at second base. My lineup would be start with David Hulse, a center fielder, a lot of speed, good hitter. I put Julio Franco second, DHing.
Okay.
He had come off a couple of years earlier a leg injury, so he didn't play defense really at all.
All right, so let me get Franco in here. So Julio Franco is your DH. All right, and he's hitting second.
He's hitting second.
All right.
Rafi Palmeiro will be hitting third.
Okay.
First base.
All right.
Juan Gonzalez in left field hitting fourth.
All right, Juan gone. Why is he not in the lineup? That's strange. He is which position? He's in left?
He played left field that year. Canseco played in right.
And Gonzalez in the 4 spot?
In the 4 spot.
Okay.
I have Jose behind him in the right field.
All right.
Since we're doing no injuries.
Yep.
And Dean Palmer would hit behind Jose, third base.
Okay.
And normally I'd have Pudge in the next spot, but we had so many righties in a row. I would break that up. I'd put Strange behind Palmer and then Pudge, Rodriguez in the 8th spot. Okay. And then Manny Lee in the shortstop at the 9th spot.
Very good. Very good.
I had a left to protect the righties, and then if they brought a lefty in for Strange, they might burn 2 pitchers because Pudge would be behind Strange, a little protection there. So, because Doug was not a good right-handed hitter, then I'd come off the bench and use one of my offensive guys to hit for him in a key situation against lefties. Should they do that?
Awesome. And you'll be facing the Blue Jays, and here's what their rotation looks like. You've got Juan Guzman, so it'll be Guzman versus Brown in game 1. Stottlemyre. So who's your second starter?
Kenny Rogers.
All right, so Rogers versus Stottlemyre in game 2, both of those in Toronto. Then they've got Morris, Henkin, and Leiter, and they're indicating 5-man rotation. Although I'm pretty sure they would go. I don't even know if they would put Morris as the third guy or not. Interesting. We'll have to see how that goes. And here's the Blue Jays lineup. You ready for this, Mr. Kennedy?
That's a lineup. That's a Hall of Fame lineup they had.
Rickey Henderson leads off, playing left field, terrorizing pitchers, followed by Robbie Alomar, a switch hitter, at second. John Olerud, who hit 360 something that season.
Yeah, he had 400 for a few months, and then got down to 390, I think, in July, but it ended up 360. He was tough. Good hitter.
Hall of Famer Paul Molitor
Yeah.
and clean up. The late, great Tony Hernandez
Yeah.
at
Great guy
shortstop.
too. Yeah.
Joe Carter hitting sixth. My gosh. And then Devin White, Ed Sprague Jr., and Pat Borders, a longtime, high quality major league catcher, rounding out that lineup. What a lineup. My goodness.
That's why they were world champs that year.
All right.
Part of the reason. They had
So
good pitching too.
so our good friend Chris, who knows this team in and out. Chris, do you have any suggested lineup changes? Chris Jardine, obviously our community and content developer, who is watching intently as a Blue Jays fan. Hey Chris, if you have them, let's put them in here so that we can get it right, seriously, or so that we can get it the way, that you as the Blue Jays fan wants it, because that's what we should do. We'll give him a second to respond here, because we could even look it up. We could look up what the lineup is. That's probably a good idea, if unless Chris wants to set it, which I'm happy for Chris to do.
I think it's tough not to have Rickey in the leadoff spot. He might not have had his best year, but it's not tough not to have him one. Alomar's got to hit right where you have him, and then Olerud, best hitter in baseball that year.
Okay.
So, and Molitor hit for power that year, drove in a lot of runs, and he couldn't strike him out. So, I think that lineup's pretty good. They might switch Tony Fernandez and Carter.
All right. Well, I'll do that. All right. I'll do that.
And Devon White, he could hit anywhere sixth, seventh. You'd probably have him right. Tony was a good hitter. He had some good years in Toronto. So Borders ninth and Sprague eighth. That's right, I think. I think the only spots they probably mix it up is 5 through 7, depending on the pitcher.
Okay. So move Tony down, Carter and White up. Okay, so Carter and White up. So Fernandez in 7th, Chris? Go Carter, White.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Chris, agree with that?
I think he does. He said, if I'm following, he says move Tony down and move Carter and White up. So I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yep, so that works for him. I got the thumbs up from him, which is good, because he knows what he's talking about. So it's all about doing this the right way, right? That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're trying to do this the right way.
Yeah, because they've got a switch hitter hitting second. They've got a lefty in the 3 spot, 2 righties, and another switch hitter who had power from both sides. Could strike out a little bit, but he could hurt you too, and he could run. And then you got another switch hitter, and then a couple of righties. So that looks like the lineup they put out there, if I remember right.
All right. So there's the bracket, by the way. Rangers, Blue Jays, Yankees, White Sox. So now it's time for game 1. So here's what the rotation looks like. Then we'll certainly we know they wouldn't go with Leiter, but it's Brown, Guzman, Rogers, Stoudemire, Morris, Pavlik. That's sort of how it lines up the first 3. So, all right. So we're heading first to Toronto. Are you ready, Kevin?
I'm ready.
All
Let's
right.
do it. I've never played it. Let's do it.
Yeah, this is Kevin's debut with Out of the Park Baseball, by the way. So I got to make sure I got this set up right here too. Got to get the. Got to make sure I get the. Here we go. All right, good. So we are setting this to computer. We're setting everything. No, sorry, to J Smith, right? And then this is all the computer. Going to make sure that we're the ones doing everything for the Rangers, right? Not the computer. There we go. Now we designate hitters on. Now using the warm-up rule, Kevin, means that we need to be on top of warming pitchers up at the right time, right? Okay. So that's just something to be cognizant of. If you if you know that it's time to start thinking about getting guys going, that's when it's time to get them going. All right.
Where is Kevin Brown's? Is there a fatigue factor here?
Absolutely.
Somewhere?
Kevin Brown
It'll pop up.
He has a blue colored stamina of 75, which is really good. So he could.
He went deep. He had like 12 complete games that year. I think he led the league.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm hoping he goes deep to get the ball to Hanky.
Okay.
I'd like to use 2 pitchers this game.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you say that. I didn't give you the chance. What's your strategy going into this game? Like, what, if you're lining this up, you set your lineup, you set your rotation, you set your bullpen. Now, how are you going to win this game? This is game 1 in Toronto, defending world champions.
Well, we've got Kevin Brown could beat anybody. He's got the best sinker in baseball. He came off a 20-game winning year the year before. This year he didn't win as many, but he was still as dominant with his stuff. So he's capable of putting any lineup down because he had the hard sinker. Got a lot of ground balls. And so I got to rely on this game on Kevin to go deep. Our bullpen was not our strength. We had a young setup guy, Matt Whiteside, in the first part of the season. Then we traded for Chris Carpenter, and we really needed him as our 7th, 8th inning guy to get the ball to Hanky. Hanky, I used for a 4-out save this year 18 times, and he saved 17 of those in the 8th inning. I asked him before the season if he could do it. He would do it for the reasons I just said, and he did. So in this game, I want Kevin to go into the 8th inning, hopefully.
Okay.
And the lineup has to step up. I mean, so it's a good offensive lineup. When they're all healthy, we could score some runs, and I would still run. I still ran with my guys. I instilled that in spring training that you don't have to have speed to run, but situations and count. So I put guys in motion, and consequently my power hitters will get a lot more fastballs. So that's what I'm looking for. I like to put a lot of pressure on, not just sit for the 3-run home run, even though we got a lot of them, but put guys in motion. Palmeiro was on his own. He stole 22 bases that year, only caught 3 times. Hulse was on his own. A few guys were on their own. Some guys I would put the must-run sign on, depending on the count. 3-1, 3-2, I'd make them run. They weren't looking to steal a base. I just gambled that a guy like Franco, for example, would put the ball in play. And I let Julio Franco put his own hit and runs on, by the way, which is something guys used to do back in those days and even earlier.
Right.
And Jeff Fry used to put his own hit and runs on because if he felt he had the pitcher down, he was in the right count, he would give a sign to the runner on first. And I can't tell you how many times we were 1st and 3rd and guys like that. So we had a running game to go with the power that we had. But I'm looking for the power to come through. I'm looking for a couple of long ones. Palmeiro's really key in this series against those righties.
All right. Well, let's get to it. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. Game 1, 1993 American League Division Series. The 1993 American League Western Division Wild Card Texas Rangers against the American League Eastern Division winning Toronto Blue Jays. It is at Skydome.
Yep.
And up first, going against Juan Guzman, you have David Hulse. Now, right now, Kevin, you only have a few options. You can let Hulse swing away. You can have him take a pitch, or you can have him bunt for a hit. Now, the way that we're playing the game is at-bat by at-bat. We're not going pitch by pitch. So,
okay.
Just so you know,
he's going to hit.
Okay.
He's going to hit to start the game. The turf in Toronto, he's not going to bunt.
Okay.
He could hit a gap and a triple with the best of them.
Okay.
Juan Guzman actually pitched for me with the Dodger system, and I know him well. He had nasty stuff, nasty breaking ball, big fastball.
All right, so Hulse on a first pitch swinging, grounds out to the second baseman, 1 out.
Okay.
All right, so here's Julio Franco hitting number 2 in the DH spot. Swinging away with Julio, I presume.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Went to right field extremely well.
It's a 1-1 pitch. Franco rips it. That's going all the way to the wall. Franco's motoring to second. That is a 1-out double. Julio Franco, stand-up double. So there you go. Franco on second, 1 out. Palmeiro at the plate. You doing anything other than...
Now, Franco's not going to steal. He's
right.
Not going anywhere.
No hit and run, not putting anyone in motion, nothing like that. Not with a Hall of Famer.
Nope. And you got Juan on deck. No
right.
way.
All right. Palmeiro squibs it, drives it into the ground. Worm eater, worm killer. 2 outs. He does get Franco over to third. So here's Gonzalez now. Juan gun. Swinging away. Big at bat. Gonzalez rips it to center, but that is going to be caught. 104-mile-an-hour exit velocity. Just hit it right at him.
That's him. Yep, that's Devon White, too. Good defensive center fielder. He was great.
Exactly right. All right, so it's the bottom of the first. Kevin Brown was 15-12 with a 3.59 ERA. Pretty impressive for 1993 era American League, Kevin. That's quite a year.
And we're looking for a lot of ground balls from Kevin. If he gets 2 ground balls an inning, that's him. That's his game. If he gets 15 ground balls, that means we're probably winning.
All right. So here is Rickey Henderson leading off. Now the options you have are just a straight up pitch. You can pitch around, or you can pitch to contact. You also
just straight up pitch.
Right. And you have, by the way, if you want to, you wouldn't hear, but any sort of shift on the infield or the outfield?
Infield is normal.
Okay. All right. So here's Henderson leading off against Kevin Brown. 2-2 pitch. That is strike 3. Kevin Brown strikes out Rickey Henderson to lead off the game. Here is Roberto Alomar. Straight up pitch to him as well.
Yeah, straight up. I don't think Robbie will bunt, although he could do it. But I think in this game he's going to swing the bat. So I'm going to just play him normal defense.
Another 2-2 pitch, and there is a ground ball to second, scooped up, and it's a ground ball out. 2 outs. Here's John Olerud. So Brown gets the first 2. Olerud at the plate, who again hit 363 with 24 home runs and 107 RBIs.
Yeah, you got to play him straight up because he could pull it, and they're gapping right center, left center. So just straight up.
And he hits it to the left side of the field, and it looks like the play is not going to be made. It's an infield single. Palmer must have had a little trouble with it. So Olerud is on first with 2 outs for Paul Molitor. All right, pitching straight up to Molitor, 2 outs.
Yeah.
He's hitting 332. Molitor will hit a weak ground ball to second that's scooped up, but again, not enough time to get there. Oh, no, he does get it over. My bad. He gets out of the inning. So nothing after 1. Nothing after 1. So that's almost as good as you could write it up for Kevin Brown to start.
Yeah, that's a good start for Kevin. No doubt.
All right, here's Jose Canseco, 255, 10 homers, 46 RBIs that year, an injury-shortened year, but he is healthy and ready to go in the American League Division Series. First pitch swinging, he grips it right to shortstop. That'll be 1 out. Here is Dean Palmer. Dean Palmer hit 245, 33 home runs, 96 RBIs. Quite a season for Dean Palmer.
Good power to center field. If you hang a breaking ball, he could hit it with the best of them to center field out of the ballpark. So
Palmer strikes out. Palmer strikes out on an 0-2 pitch. So Guzman gets his first strikeout of the game. Here is Doug Strange, the left-handed hitting second baseman. He hit 256 for the season, 7 homer and 60 RBI. Very impressive.
Yeah, better from the left side too.
Strange will bloop it. Will it be caught? It will be caught by the shortstop. 3 up, 3 down here in the second. So now we head to the bottom of the second. Kevin Brown threw 22 pitches in the first inning. He'll face Joe Carter. All right. Pitching straight up to Carter.
Yeah, pitch him straight up. I mean, he pulled the ball mostly. So, I mean, I might step or 2 to the left with the defense.
Speaking of pulling it, Carter rips it. That is out of here. 376 foot home run.
That's why you want him in the 4 spot or the 5 spot.
Right. Exactly right. Chris Jardine, happy about that that particular at bat. All right, it's 1-0. It's only 1 run. Hey, if you're going to give up a home run, a solo home run is the one to give up, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here is Devin White. Pitching to White. 2-2 pitch. White grounds down to first. That'll be trotted over to the bag. 1 out. Here is Tony Fernandez in the 7th spot. Tony hitting from the left side of the plate. 3-1 pitch. That is popped into left field for the out. 2 outs. Brown settling down after giving up the home run to Carter. Here is Ed Sprague Jr. at the plate, third baseman. Here's the pitch from Brown. He's got a 1-0 pitch. He had 12 homers and drove in 73 that year. He grounds over to short. Shortstop picks it up, whips it over the first. There you go. So, okay, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. 1-0 after 2. That's okay. All right, here is Pudge Rodriguez hitting in the 8th spot against Guzman, who has only thrown 17 pitches through 2 full. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Guzman, and he hits it. That is a high fly ball. That's going out to center field. Will be caught. 1 out. Here is Manny Lee.
Yeah, Manny didn't hit a whole lot. He was hurt a lot for us, too, this year, but he's a pretty good shortstop.
220, 1 homer, 12 RBIs for the year.
Yeah, he's a guy pinch hit for later.
He will squib a ground ball up over to the pitcher. That is an out, 2 outs, nobody on. Back to the top of the order, David Hulse, 290, 1-29. He's swinging away. 1-2 pitch from Guzman. That is, again, it looks like he jammed him. Over to first, that's the inning. 1-2-3. The Rangers' bats are a little quiet so far, Kevin.
You got nasty stuff, Juan. You really did.
Mm.
Threw hard and a hard, nasty breaking ball.
All right, so bottom 3, Brown, 36 pitches through 2 innings. He will face Borders, Henderson, and Alomar. So here is Pat Borders. Borders rips a single to right. He is on first with nobody out. All right, so man on first, nobody out. Rickey Henderson at the plate. What are you doing here?
Well, you got to play Palmer halfway between third, just in case of a bunt. I doubt it, but.
All right, so you're bringing third base in?
Corner, yeah.
Okay, third base in. Are you holding?
Until there's 2 strikes.
Are you holding Borders?
Gotta hold. Well, Borders, you could actually play behind Borders.
Okay, so I won't hold him then.
I used to do that a lot, especially with Pudge catching.
Okay. All right.
But I'm not going to play him deep, and I'm going to play him right behind him. Can I do that?
Yes, that's how it's set right now. So we can either. Okay, very good. All right. So here we are. Man on first, Rickey Henderson at the plate. Third baseman Dean Palmer playing in. Here's the pitch. 0-1 pitch. Rickey drives a fly ball to left field. That will be caught. 1 out. And now here is Robbie Alomar. What are you doing here?
I'm going to play back. If he wants to bunt, so be it.
Okay.
I'm going to put Dino back.
Are you playing the infield normal or a double play depth?
I got to play with a lefty hitter. I'm going to play Palmero behind Borders again.
Okay. All right. 1 on, 1
get a
out.
little range.
And looks like it's a pass ball. Oh no! Pat Borders gets to second. The catcher mishandles it. Pudge
doesn't do that too much.
Doesn't do that very much at all. Must have gotten crossed up. All right, it's 1-1 to Alomar.
Everybody's back then.
Yep, everybody's back. And Alomar will hit it to left field as well. That will be caught. 2 outs, man on second. And it is John Olerud at the plate. Again, 363 batting average, 473 on base, 1.072 OPS. Borders on second. Anything you're doing here?
What did Molitor do his first time up?
Molitor, what did he do his first time up? Hold on, I can tell you. Where's the box score? Right here. Molitor is 0 for 1. He left him on base.
Okay. Well, I don't want 2 guys on, so I mean you're talking about a Hall of Famer, so I got to pitch to Olerud, even though he had a great year.
Molitor got a fielder's choice his first time up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to pitch to Olerud.
Pitching to Olerud.
2 guys up with Molitor coming up.
3-2 pitch to Olerud. He drives it to right field. That will score the run. That looks like it will be 2. Yes, that is going to be a double. Olerud slides in just ahead of it. Boy, 2-0 Blue Jays. Indeed. All right, another dangerous hitter, Paul Molitor at the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. Olerud at second. Here is the pitch. And he grounds it over to the shortstop, who gets it over to first, and that's it. So it's 2-0.
Okay.
After 3. All things considered, Kevin, that's not the worst, right? You can get 2 runs back pretty quickly.
No, we're hanging in. We got to get the bats going. Guzman looked like he's got great stuff today.
Yeah, so. Guzman, 26 pitches through 3 full innings so far.
This is the inning when we got to get back in it. That's what I'd be telling my guys. We got our part of our order coming up here.
All right, so here we go. Franco Palmeiro Gonzalez. Franco swinging away. That amazing swing of his. He had a double last time. He rips it again, but this looks like this is going to be caught. Yep, 1 out. Fly ball to left.
Pop up.
Yep. All right, so here's Palmeiro with a great contact and power from the left side, swinging away. 0-2 pitch. And he rips it down to first, but that is scooped up by Olerud. That is 2 outs now. Here's Juan Gonzalez. 2-2 pitch to Gonzalez, and he will strike out looking. Ouch. Another tough inning. Guzman on fire. My goodness, Guzman. 4 innings, 1 hit, 36 pitches, 2 strikeouts so far. All right, Kevin Brown's hanging in there. 56 pitches, still in the green zone. Bottom of the 4th in Toronto. Carter White Fernandez. You doing anything with Joe Carter up?
No, I would just play him to pull.
Okay. 2-0 pitch to Carter, who has the home run already. And he goes opposite field, and that will fall in for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Carter. So he's 2 for 2 with a homer and a single. Here's Devin White.
Kevin doesn't look like he's got his sinker going today.
You want double play depth here?
Yeah.
Okay. Infield at double play depth.
Although he could run. Devin White.
Here's the pitch. And he grounds right to that double play depth. They will not get White, but they do get the lead runner.
Yeah, he's too fast.
Now White is on, and he is, as you mentioned, very, very good speed, 65. White is on first base, 1 out. A lot of different options here. You can pitch out, you can hold the runner, you can throw to first. Anything you want to do to White over there?
Throw over to first. Throw over to first.
All right. Keeping him close.
Let him know.
Yep. Now, do you want to hold him when you pitch?
Definitely holding him, yeah.
Okay, so we're holding him. Here's the pitch, 3-1 pitch. It's grounded to first, scooped up, and that they will get 1. They do get the fielder's choice. 2 outs now, and now Fernandez at first for Ed Sprague Jr.
I'd throw over on Tony, too, for one time.
All right. Fernandez dives back into first. All right. So here we go.
I would hold him on, of course, because he could run.
Okay, so here is Ed Sprague Jr. at the plate versus Kevin Brown. Big spot here. Sprague grounds down to third. It's bobbled. Goes to second. Is it in time? It is not in time. No. Palmer has trouble with it at third base, but he at least doesn't let it get by him. Trouble brewing, Kevin Kennedy. Sprague at first. Fernandez at second. Pat Borders at the plate.
71 pitches for Kevin? Okay.
71 pitches for Kevin Brown, who's, even with 71, is still closer to green than not.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pitching straight up here to Borders?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
2-2 pitch to Borders. He gets him. There it is, Kevin Brown. Boy, he's making it tough for himself, but after 4, it's still only 2-0.
That's what happened that year, too. Oof. Yeah, that's why it was 15-12. Yeah, games like this, man. I just write it out with them most of the time.
So let me ask you right now, what do you do, right? Like, you're managing this game and you got 1 hit, no runs through 4. Do you say something to somebody? Are you kicking the dugout? Or
I'm not
complaining to your bench coach? Like, what's happening right now?
No, because I know Juan. I know their stuff. I know Juan's got the best stuff on the staff, really.
Okay.
And I had him in the minor leagues with the Dodgers, so I know him really, really well.
Right.
And when he's nasty, I would just tell the guys, he's got that hard breaking ball. And if you could jump on his fastball, because they're all good fastball hitters,
Hmm.
that would be the key. But somehow try to read the breaking ball and just lay out, because a lot of them were out of the zone when he threw his breaking ball.
Okay. All right, so here's Canseco, Palmer, and Strange against Guzman, who is cruising only 36 pitches through 4 innings against a stacked lineup. All right, Canseco on an 0-2 pitch will drive it the other way. That'll get down for a leadoff single for Jose Canseco. All right, we'll take that. Here in the top of the 5th, Canseco on first, Dean Palmer at the plate. Are you moving anybody? Nope.
No, I'm not doing anything right here.
All right. So Palmer swings away. 3-2 pitch. Palmer drives it opposite field into the gap. Some things are happening now. You have a decision to make, Kevin. Do you want to signal Canseco to round third base and try to score? The ball is very deep. Canseco is a fantastic runner, and Devin White has a average/normal arm. What are you doing? You sending him?
They've got good. I'm gonna leave it second and third, nobody out, right?
That's what it would be. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you're holding him up. You're holding him up. Great. Very good. Okay. Second and third, nobody out. Doug Strange at the plate. You doing anything other than swinging away?
No, he's swinging.
Okay.
They're playing back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They're conceding the
Doug
run.
was a good RBI man right here. That's why I held him up. He did a really great job this year.
All right, so this is the first trouble of the day. Here is Doug Strange versus Juan Guzman. 2-0 pitch. Strange rips it. That will fall in for a base hit. 1 run will score. First and third. Nobody out. Your decision not to send Canseco is looking better every at-bat, Kevin. Well done. So
that's exactly what Doug did in '93. That's why he drove in so many runs. He's a good left-handed hitter.
All right.
Now I'm going to get somebody on deck.
Okay.
Depending on the situation, I'm gonna have Reedus ready and Jeff Fry.
Okay. We don't have to do anything for that for on deck yet, but that's good to know.
Okay.
So here's Rodriguez, first and third, nobody out. Is he swinging away?
Yeah.
Okay. 2-2 pitch to Rodriguez. And it is grounded to third. That's going to be a fielder's choice, not a double play. Tie ball game, Kevin.
Okay.
1 out.
Hey, is there a situation when I know the count's 2-2 that I could put the guy in motion?
Yes, we can go pitch by pitch if we want to.
No, we're going by at bat. No, we already said at bat, so that's okay.
We can change our minds. Like if there's a particular at bat where you do want to go pitch by pitch, we can toggle that on or off.
Because I would have run Strange. I would have made him a must run to stay out of the double play because Pudge did hit a lot of ground balls. But no, let's stay that way. The game is, we started that way. Let's just keep it the way we did it.
Okay. But again, at any point in time, right? If we get to a particularly big at bat, we can go pitch by pitch if you want to, just so you know.
Now that there's the tie game and 1 out, I'm going to let Manny Lee hit.
Okay. You're going to let him stay in the game.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do?
What's
I'm
that?
going to bunt him. I'm going to have him bunt.
All right. You're bunting
I know
Manny
that's
Lee.
not fashionable today.
All right. So here is the bunt on an 0-2 pitch. Unfortunately, he's bunts it fouls. Okay. So we are going. All right. So good. So now it's 0-2. Do you still want him to bunt on 0-2?
No, he's got to swing it. No, he's got to swing now.
All right. 1-2 pitch, and he will ground it. Looks like weakly over to second. That's a double play.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all right.
It's 2-2 through 4.5. This is good stuff.
It is. Kevin's got 76 pitches. Okay.
Yep. So Kevin Brown, but look, that's some good stamina. 76 pitches, and he's still in green. That's good.
Yeah.
He's right there. So good stuff. All right. So a new lease on life for Brown. Top of the order for the Blue Jays. Bottom of the 5th, Rickey Henderson at the plate. Doing anything here?
No.
Okay. Here's the pitch to Henderson, a 3-2 pitch. Make him work. My goodness. That is a ground ball to short, and they'll get the out. 1 out.
Well, I kept Manny Lee in. That's the one thing he could do. He could play short.
Yeah, look at
He's
that
a great
blue.
Defender.
He's got by
He's a
far.
great defender.
He is by far your best defender, is Manny Lee.
Yeah, with the game tied, I didn't need to pinch hit for him. As he could do that and keep Rickey off the base right there.
Yep. All right, here's Roberto Alomar. 3-2 count to him. Man, they are just making him throw so many
They're working him.
pitches. He will fly out to center. That is 2 outs. All right, so up to 90 pitches now. And John Olerud at the plate. Here's Olerud. He takes him to 3-2. Another full count. And he strikes him out. Kevin Brown, warrior.
That's what he could do, man.
Oh my God.
That's managing Kevin. That's how he was.
Holy mac.
I'm feeling it. I'm talking to Jackie Moore right now and Cloud Osteen.
That's great. That's great. All right. Top of the 6th, tie game. Juan Guzman in there, relatively good. 61 pitches. Here's David Hulse swinging away with Hulse.
Yeah, I'm going to take a pitch.
All right.
I want to see what he does because he's been swinging first pitch too much. I want to see what he does.
All right. So the first pitch is called strike.
All right. Let him go. Let him hit.
All right. 2-2 pitch to Hulse. He strikes out swinging. 1 out.
Okay.
All right. Here's Julio Franco.
Let him go.
1-1 pitch to Franco, and he hits an opposite field single. Franco with his second hit of the day. He's on first with 1 out for Rafael Palmeiro.
Well, here's the guy I was looking for. I'm looking for a long one.
All right, Rafi Palmeiro, 1 on, 1 out, 0-1 pitch, and he gets a hold of one, but it's going to be caught in right field. 2 outs.
Okay.
And now that brings up Juan Gonzalez.
Well, he led the league in home runs from 46, tied with Ken Griffey Jr. this year.
46 and 118.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Big spot here. Top of the 6th, 2 outs. Guzman versus Gonzalez. Full count. He strikes him out. Oh, wow. Tough pitch.
Again.
Tough pitch. Whew. Okay, so here we are. Bottom of the 6th, 97 pitches for Brown, but he's still got something in the tank. Any concern? Any thinking about your bullpen?
If guys get on, if a guy gets on, I'd probably have Oliver and Carpenter up behind him.
Okay.
Lefty and a righty.
All right. So it's Molitor, Carter, White, the teeth of that lineup. All right, here's the pitch to Molitor. Nothing pitch. It's a leadoff single for Molitor.
Okay. I'd have both guys up.
All right. So who's up? You got Oliver.
I'd have Oliver up, and I'd have Chris Carpenter up.
All right. So
because
Oliver,
this could be an 8-inning game, so you got to manage that way when you're on the road. When it's tied, you got to manage like it could be an 8-inning game. So your setup guy would pitch an inning earlier.
Okay.
That's why Carpenter to try to keep the game right there.
All right. So Carpenter and Oliver are now warming up. Man on first, no outs. You want double play depth?
Who's up?
It is Joe Carter.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't. Carter could rip one. He's a full hitter. I would just play straight up.
Okay.
I don't want them shorting up because I got to get that lead out, and he could rip one past Manny if he's way up.
All right. Here we go. Here's the pitch to Joe Carter. 2-0 pitch. That's a dangerous count. Carter grounds it to second. It is bobbled by, who is that, Strange at second?
Yeah.
Strange bobbles it, and now first and second and nobody out for Devin White.
That hurts. Palmer's got to play up for the bunt.
All right. Third base in.
And Palmeiro's got to play I don't think it's going to happen. I think Devon's going to swing, but he's got to play up a little bit too. He's got to play even with the bag.
Okay. All right. 1-1 pitch to White. Ground ball to second. They'll get the lead out at second, and that is it. First and third, 1 out.
Okay.
Whew.
Coming up.
You got Tony Fernandez at the plate, the switch hitter.
Tony Fernandez and then Ed Spray. Okay. Got to let it go. Play for 2 up the middle.
Brown now at 104 pitches. Are we going double play depth or straight up?
I'll play up for 2 up the middle. Corners are who's around at third? Paul Muller. Corners are in. I got to cut this run off.
Okay. All right, here we go. 0-0 pitch. That is hit into deep center field. That looks like it's going to clear the bases, unfortunately.
Wow.
Oh, boy. That is a triple. That is a triple for Tony Fernandez. A 2-run triple.
Okay. Well, I got to take Kevin out and bring in Carpenter now.
Okay.
And we got to play infield in for Sprague.
All right. Chris Carpenter is now in. And we're playing the infield in. Ed Sprague at the plate. Trying to keep this just a 2-run game. Here's the pitch. And he grounds it to the brought-in first baseman. No run scores. 2 outs. Runner still at third. Well done, Coach. Well done.
That worked.
All right, so here is...
Got to save it, though.
Here's Borders with 2 outs. Pitching him straight up.
Yep.
Chris Carpenter trying to get out of it. 3-2 pitch to Borders. He walks him. All right, so Borders on first and third for Rickey Henderson.
Okay. Palmero's playing way behind Borders.
Okay.
Everybody's back. Ricky's going to swing it. I don't see him button for a base hit for a run.
Okay.
He already got a 2-run lead, so.
All right.
Infield's back.
Right, infield is deep. There we go.
Yeah. Including Palmero. If they want to steal it, they can try to steal it.
3-2 pitch. He grounds it to short, and they will not get him. A run scores. It's 5-2. RBI infield single for Henderson. First and second now at 2 outs.
You got Robbie, and then who's on deck? Okay.
We got Alomar, Olerud, Molitor.
Yeah, well, Chris was our setup guy. He's got to do it. I mean, we don't have a strong bullpen.
So just pitch it away?
Yeah.
Okay. 1-2 pitch to Alomar, strikes him out. Whew. All right, so it's 5-2.
That 3rd run hurt.
Yeah.
An extra run hurt.
5-2, heading to the top of the 7th. But if there's a team that can score 3 runs, it's this club, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, we did it many times.
All right, so you still got Guzman in the game. He's at 80 pitches. Canseco, Palmer, and Strange. All right? All right, here we go. Swinging away, Canseco. Canseco rips it down to third. It's gathered up and thrown to first, 1 out. Here is Palmer. Palmer gets a 3-2 pitch. And he walks. All right, man on first, 1 out for Strange.
Okay.
Swinging away.
Yep.
All right, full count to Strange. Strange will drive it into the gap. That's going to be at least second and third. I think the run's going to come in. It is. So there is another triple for Strange this time. A run-scoring triple. It's 5-3, and even perhaps more importantly, a runner on third with 1 out, Kevin. Wow.
That's exactly how Doug hit. That's why I put him up in the 7th spot in between Palmer and Pudge. So Pudge now has to drive this run in. Infield back?
Well, I probably won't be able to tell until we actually pitch it. But
okay, that's all right.
They're not playing up, at least clearly, obviously.
No, not with 2-run lead. You'd play back normally.
Right. All right. So here is Ivan Rodriguez, man on third, swinging away. Or are you doing any thoughts of any squeezes?
No, he's got to swing it. He's got double capability.
All right. Here's a 1-1 pitch, and he hits it pretty well. That is going to be, looks like, yep, it's going to be caught. So do you want him to tag and score? It's deep. Strange is an average runner, and Carter has a normal arm.
Yeah, he's got to score on that.
And he does. 5-4. So you get 2 back. Yeah. You get 2 back. And you were saying that last run hurt? Oh, no. I hope that doesn't
big time.
Too prophetic. All right.
Big time. Now we have 7 outs to play with here. So I'm going to pinch hit. I'm going to pinch hit Jeff Fry here. See if he can draw a walk.
All right. So Manny Lee is coming out, and Jeff Fry is pinch hitting. So Fry is your pinch hitter. Okay. Fry here against Guzman, still in the game. 101 pitches. Nobody out. Excuse me. Nobody on. 2 outs. Pinch hitter Jeff Fry at the plate. He's got a 1-2 count, and he strikes out swinging.
All right.
All right. 5-4 through 7.5, or excuse me, 6.5.
Is Jeff listed on this game as he can play short and Doug Strange too, or no?
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So, Jeff Fry. Let's see here. Jeff Fry looks like he's really only listed as a catcher.
No, he's not a catcher. He's a second baseman.
Okay. Then this must be incorrect unless I'm looking at something wrong here. So, hold on a second.
But he played all over, but that's why I pinched him.
I mean, we can put him wherever you want. It just doesn't look like he has particularly good ratings.
Well, we're down a run, so I have plenty of offense. So let's put Diaz, because he has a shortstop at shortstop. Mario Diaz.
All right, so you want to put Diaz at shortstop?
Yeah.
Okay. Mario Diaz will come in and be the shortstop. Okay. You're not doing a double switch, though, or anything like that, because it's a DH.
No, straight up.
Remember, I'm a National League guy, so I'm thinking of that. So, okay. Mario Diaz at the shortstop position, batting 9th.
Yep.
Okay. You got him. Everyone else stays the same, right?
Yep.
All right.
Who's up here? Is it Olerud?
All right, so you got Diaz now at second. You got Olerud at the plate. Bottom of the 7th. Chris Carpenter's still on the mound. Do you want somebody? Let's see. It looks like
What?
Well, I was going to say it looks like they sat the other guy. Who else did you have? You had Oliver warming up. Looks like they sat him down, so he's no longer.
Yeah,
warming.
want Oliver. Want him up. And now I got to get in this inning. I got to get Whiteside up.
Okay, so Oliver's ready. So if you want to bring him in, he's ready to go. And Whiteside is obviously cold. All right.
How's Carpenter as far as strength? He okay?
He is close to the middle, so he's probably got.
Okay, let's bring in Oliver then to face Olerud, lefty. That's what I got him for.
All right. Wait a second. I clicked on the wrong button. So Oliver's coming in for Carpenter. All right. Very good. So now here's Oliver.
Whiteside is up behind him.
Yeah, I don't know how long it'll take him to get warm, but he's warming up. All right, so here's Oliver versus Olerud. Here's the pitch, 2-2 pitch to Olerud. And that is a single. Nope, that's going to be caught. Oh, no, dropped. Another error by Strange, his second error of the night. Oh, no.
That's surprising.
Oh, no. All right. Man on first, Olerud, no speed. Molitor
play Palmero behind him, and I'm going to let Oliver face Molitor. He actually pitches well to righties normally.
All right, so
we'll see.
All right, infield normal. And did you say you wanted a double play depth or no?
With Paul, yeah.
You do, okay.
Yeah.
All right, here's the pitch. Full count. He walks him. First and second, nobody out. Oh, boy.
Who's coming up?
Now you've got Joe Carter at the plate.
Okay, I got to bring in Whiteside.
Whiteside
this was a tough part for us.
Whiteside is not quite ready. Let me ask Alex, who's I know is in the stream, what's the implication of bringing in someone who doesn't indicate that they are ready? They are just warming up. Is that an absolute recipe for disaster, or is it just?
Well, let Oliver pitch then.
Okay.
He's not ready.
Well, let me see what Alex says real quick.
Listen, Whiteside wasn't. let Oliver pitch to him.
Okay.
He's capable.
All right.
I'll know next time I got to get him in this game. I got to get him up early.
Right. Well, that's kind of why I tend to not play with the warm up stuff, but because I know it's a big part of the game, but also because it can be a little subjective. So.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so here we go. Oliver versus Carter. I really hope this.
I hope he gets a strikeout.
All right.
He's capable.
First and second, nobody out. Oh, there's a pinch runner on second, Rob Butler. And Carter, oh boy, Carter rips it. That's an extra base hit. That'll score 1. That'll score 2. That is a double, a 2-run double.
Okay, got to bring White. Is right side ready now?
Let's take a look. It says he's still warming up, but at this point it doesn't matter.
No, bring him in.
Yep.
He got ready in 5 pitches. He was quick to get ready.
All right.
This was our weakness all year long.
Yeah. All right.
6th, 7th inning.
All right. Whiteside is in. 3-2 pitch to Devin White, and that is a walk. All right. We're in trouble here, Kevin. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Tony Fernandez at the plate. First and second. 1-1 pitch to Fernandez, and he grounds it to second. They'll go to first. They'll get the 1 out. Second and third, 1 out. Sprague, do you want anyone in the bullpen warming up, or are you riding one?
Yeah, I gotta have. Boy, I hate to do this, but it's got to be Nolan.
Okay. Warming up the legend, Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
All right, second and third.
Because if this gets out of hand, he's got to kind of finish it up so I don't burn Hanky. And
any thought of walking Sprague to put the force on at home?
What do we got here? Who's on with Henderson on deck? No, not with Rickey on deck.
Well, no, it's Sprague at the plate. Sprague is at the plate. Borders is on deck.
Oh, then yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I put Sprague on and I pitched to Borders and try to get double play.
Okay, so you're putting Sprague on. You're intentionally walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Infield, up the middle, double play depth.
All right.
Back with Borders, I would just play double play depth.
All right, playing double play depth on the infield. All right, 7-4, bases loaded, 1 out. Whiteside pitching to Pat Borders. Here's the pitch, a 1-0 pitch. Borders rips it. That's a base hit. That'll score 1. And the second run coming in, and that will score. Borders with a 2-run single. Oh no! Oh, Kev, this is upsetting.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is what happened in '93. Bullpen.
All right,
Rickey Henderson didn't go deep. We were in trouble.
Rickey Henderson at the plate. Sorry for this. Might be a little PTSD for you, Kevin. I didn't realize this might be tough.
I'm telling you.
All right, here's Rickey Henderson at the plate. First and second, 1 out. 0-2 pitch to Henderson. He strikes out. 2 outs. Robbie Alomar at the plate. First and second. Keeping Whiteside in. He looks like he's still fine.
Yeah, I can't bring no one in this situation.
All right. 0-1 pitch. That is hit into center field. It looks like it'll be caught, and it is. Boy, 3 runs in the 6th, 4 runs in the 7th. It's 9-4 Blue Jays heading into the 8th. You got your work cut out for you.
Keep Nolan up.
Okay.
Norman, I want him ready for the bottom of the 8th.
All right. Very good. Okay, so here is David Hulse. Down by 5. 3-2 pitch. He strikes out looking. Oh, that's not how you want it.
How many strikeouts is that for Guzman?
Guzman now has 6 strikeouts.
Okay.
And it is still Guzman here in the top of the 8th. Franco is up, swinging away. 3-2 pitch to Franco, and he strikes out swinging. 2 outs.
7 strikeouts.
Yeah. All right. Here is Rafael Palmeiro against Guzman. 2-2 pitch to Palmeiro. He will ground it over to second. A 1-2-3 inning, the exact opposite of what the Rangers needed, unfortunately. All right. So you're bringing in Nolan Ryan, correct?
Yeah. Nolan pitches the 8th.
All right. Nolan Ryan in the game in Toronto facing Darnell Coles. So that is a pinch hitter for John Olerud, Darnell Coles. Here's the pitch, 0-2 pitch. He strikes him out. That's what Nolan Ryan does. All right, here's Paul.
Roles could change in game 2.
Here's Molitor.
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of best of 5.
Molitor gets a 3-2 pitch, but he walks. So now you've got Joe Carter facing Nolan Ryan. Here's the pitch to Carter, and he strikes out swinging. So 2 strikeouts for Ryan so far. Here's Devin White with 2 outs and a man on first. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and looks like he is going to pop out to the catcher. So Nolan Ryan gives up no runs, walks 1.
Interesting. Okay.
So there you go. So now it's the top of the 9th. I mean, you got Gonzalez and Seiko Palmer, nothing to do but let him get up and try to hit, right? Guzman going.
No, there you go.
Guzman had 123 pitches going for the complete game. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that is grounded right to the pitcher, 1 out. Here's Jose Canseco. He'll swing away against Guzman at 125 pitches, 1-0 pitches to Canseco, and he puts some good wood to it, and that will hit off the top of the wall. That's going to be a double. Canseco just misses a home run by a few feet. He's on second with 1 out. Here's Dean Palmer. You letting Dean hit? Doing anything?
Oh, yeah. Dino can hit a 2-run homer here. He's got big power.
All right, here's the pitch. 2-0 pitch, and that is grounded down to third. That will be thrown over to first. All right, down to your last out. Doug Strange at the plate. Tough day for Strange. 2 errors.
Defensively, yeah.
Not
really
good.
hurt him.
Not good. He does have 2 hits and 2 RBIs, but all right, he's swinging away. And that's a wild pitch. Canseco will get down to third. We had a pass ball today and a wild pitch. Guzman at 131 pitches. Here's Strange. 3-2 pitch to Strange. He'll walk. Here's Pudge Rodriguez at the plate. 2 outs. 1-1 pitch to Rodriguez. And he will ground it. The shortstop comes in and grabs it over to first, and that's it. Game 1 goes to the Blue Jays, 9-4. Kevin, your strategy going in was Brown to Henke, and unfortunately, we couldn't make that happen.
Well, they're going to see some changes in game 2 as far as if our starter doesn't go deep.
Interesting. Very interesting. A little foreshadowing.
I'll keep that a secret for now. That's exactly how our bullpen pitched in '93. Some of the guys. It was just tough.
And yet
that's why we had to
still finish 10 games over 500, though.
Yeah, that's why but, games like this, we just let it roll off. We came back the next day. That's how they were,
Yep.
None of the guys, the big offensive guys, did a thing against Guzman. So you're not going to keep Gonzalez and Palmer and Palmeiro down too long.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, Strange was our big offensive guy. Even Pudge had a good year. So I'm not concerned about scoring as much as I am when we do score to keep the game there. But Kenny Rogers is capable of going deep. I mean, he's got a great changeup, great fastball, and a great overhand curveball.
So
that's Kevin Brown. That's the kind of year he had. He had a year like that where he was 15-12. And, he had a lot of pitches. And the key hit of the game was, was it Tony Fernandez that broke it open?
Yep.
Up at Kevin?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, Kevin was just teetering. He was 3-2 on a lot of guys, and I had to get him out of there when he was down.
In the other game, the Yankees beat the White Sox to take a 1-0 lead in there. So, all right, so let's finish.
Interesting.
Let's finish today. So game 2 will be, Kenny Rogers versus Todd Stottlemyre. Unless, of course, by the time we play game 2, the de facto general manager of the 93 Rangers, Chris Jardine, says that it should not be Todd Stottlemyre, that it should be somebody else. So we'll know before game 2 who the starting pitchers will be for the Blue Jays based upon the best efforts from our squad.
How many pitches did Kevin have in this game?
Let's go take a look. The box score: Kevin Brown threw 105 pitches.
Yeah. I mean, that was, and only 64 for strikes. So you got You got 63% is major league average, so he's better than that. He's got to pound it for 68 strikes, 69 strikes with 105 pitches. He's got to be well over 63% to be effective.
All right.
So he went as far as he could.
Very good. So,
and that's the key. If we don't go deep with Kevin Brown and Rogers, then we're in trouble. But
so it's only one game.
I have confidence in Kenny. Yeah,
it's one game.
That's the thing about playoffs. Having been in them a lot of times in the minors and winter ball and the big leagues, is you lose a tough game one. I remember in '95 when we lost to Cleveland in 13 innings in Cleveland, and we had to lead at one point in extra innings, and then Albert Bell tied it with a home run off my closer, Rick Aguilera, in like the 11th or something. And then they beat us on a Tony Pena home run, the 13th, I think it was. So, you go home that night and God, we had that game. But you look at it like it's only somebody had to win and lose game one. So that's why you play best out of 5. That's the way I looked at it, in every playoffs I've ever been in. So, because we have a good team.
Definitely.
But we have to have better pitching.
Yep.
And what this shows me is you might see me use one of my starters in relief.
Okay.
Or 2 of them.
Very good.
If I have to.
All right. Well,
thank
you.
I mean. That's what happens. And let me tell you this too before we go.
Sure.
What happens in playoffs in a short series, that's why in baseball, I hope baseball goes to best of 7 in all the series, the divisionals especially, because it changes the strategy a lot. Because in a best of 5, now you got to win game 2 on the road. Mm-hmm. You almost have to. And so what it does, it changes maybe what you do in game 3 with your starter, because you don't worry about game 3. You got to win game 2. So if my bullpen's not doing it, I'm just telling you, I'm telling the fans right now what I would do. I'd have other guys on call, if you know what I mean. I won't tell you the rest of the story, but I think you can figure it out. Mm-hmm. I would go with stuff guys like Nolan rather than what the normal guys were during the season, like Whiteside and Oliver.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'd go with the veterans and the stuff.
Well, we'll have to see what happens in game 2. You get to come back and do it again.
That was fun, though. I got to tell you, it was exciting for 5. When we got it tied, it was fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But I got to tell you, Rich, if you saw 93 and you saw my team, you would say that was a game that the bullpen. Remember, I told you before the game, the bullpen. That's our weakness.
Yep.
7th inning, and if we don't get the ball deep, I had to bring Carpenter in early to keep the game there, and unfortunately he couldn't do it.
Yep.
And that's what happens in the big leagues. So that's why I always felt, not because of today's times, I always felt in the 90s, got to have a strong bullpen. And I always felt the final 9 outs were the toughest to get.
Right.
In the big leagues.
Right.
And so.
Well, if
I
there's
saw something good out of Nolan, though, it's surprising because he didn't have a great year at all. But his stuff plays better than other people, so he might be used more than you think.
And you didn't
some other people too.
You didn't have to use Hanky either, so that saves you a little bit, right?
Exactly, which means in game 2, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You might see him in the 8th inning.
Exactly.
So,
great.
Cito Gasson knows that too.
That's right.
That's no secret.
He does.
He had him, crying out loud. He pitched in the 8th inning for Dwayne Ward, and vice versa.
That's right.
So.
Well, thank you, Kevin Kennedy, for this. This was game 1. Thank you,
I enjoyed it.
Out of the Park baseball fans, for being here. We'll do game 2 soon. We'll, once we know exactly when that's going to be, we'll put it out there. What we're doing is we're doing the entire 1993 ALDS, and if we can figure out a way for these Rangers to beat these Blue Jays, then we'll move on to the ALCS and we'll play either the Yankees or the White Sox. Right? We'll see if we can make that happen, Kevin Kennedy.
Hey, Rich, let me ask you something, because the big part of my game was putting the must run on 3-1 counts, 2-2 counts. Mm-hmm. Can we do it next game where we go pitch by pitch, or will that take too long?
You absolutely can do that, no doubt. No doubt.
I think that, because that was a big part of my game, and there would be 3-2 counts where I'd put guys in motion that weren't speed guys.
Yep.
I'd make the guys get to put the ball in play.
Absolutely, we can do that, and we'll do that for game 2.
Okay,
very
cool.
Good.
Let's do that.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Kennedy, for being here. Thank you, Out of the Park baseball fans, for being here. We'll do game 2 soon, and thanks everybody. Have a great night. Later on tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, Chicago Hope with TJ, and then 10 p.m. Eastern, me and Alex with the Big Rich Machine. So the hits keep on coming, and we'll see you again later on tonight. Thanks everybody for being here. Thank you, Kevin, again, and we'll do game 2 soon.
You're welcome. That was fun. Thank you. Thanks everybody.